For the first time ever, PWX Wrestling invades Rockingham, North Carolina on Saturday, February 22nd. And also for the first time ever, PWX matchmakers will take the night off and place the power solely in the hands of you, the PWX fans. You pick the matches, you pick the stipulations, you pick the challengers. You could very well shape the road to Rise of a Champion as well as Rise of a Champion itself. The power is in your hands as the fans cast their vote in the first ever PWX fan interactive show, Road to Rise of a Champion 2020. Voting is now open at pwxpro.com. Log on and cast your vote now. For the update desk, I'm Brett Wolverton. Let me be the first to say congratulations to the 2020 X16 tournament winner, Harlem Bravado. Bravado called his shot to win the X16 tournament way back in October. After defeating Nathan Cruz, Matt Seidel, John Schuyler, and in what could be an early 2020 Match of the Year candidate, in the X16 tournament final, Harlem Bravado defeated Corey Hollis to make good on his promise to win the X16. Bravado's career will move forward and stay intact. It was an emotional moment for everyone in attendance as well as myself personally. Our cameras caught up with Bravado following his X16 tournament win. Let's take a look.
And to reward you guys for all the love that you showed me, I'm going to call my shot again. At Rise of the Champion, I'm going to kick Jason Cade's ass. And I'm going to be the next world champ.
Bravado has called his shot once again and has vowed to go on to Rise of a Champion and win the PWX World Heavyweight Championship. As a result of his tournament win, Harlem Bravado will challenge for the PWX World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of Rise of a Champion. But who will his opponent be? The power is now in your hands as the PWX World Heavyweight title will be on the line February 22nd when current PWX Heavyweight Champion Jason Cade defends his title against one of three potential challengers. To be decided on you, the fans. Will Cade defend against former PWX World Heavyweight Champion Slim J? Slim J was forced to relinquish the championship late last year due to injury, but Slim J made a surprise return at X16, gaining a measure of revenge on Corey Hollis and Brady Pierce, who we now know were the men behind the bounty that was placed on the head of Slim J last year. Many feel like since Slim never really lost the championship, he is owed a rematch, especially after scoring a pinfall victory over Cade last year at PWX Legend. Slim J had these words following his return at X16.
Slim J here, what's up y'all? Why should I get voted in? Cause I'm still the best of the best. Drop kick you to your chest. Always going hard, I don't even need to rest. But I got some. Got a little bit of rest, but never lost the championship. So, you give me a chance, and I'm gonna get it. Cause I'm in it to win it. Making money to spend it. Give me rules, I bend it with the tip of each sentence. Just give me a chance. Buster.
Your second choice, Mr. PWX Ethan Case. Case had an impressive showing at X16, picking up a win over Cade's former stablemate Savannah Evans, as well as a win over New Japan Young Lion Ren Narita. Case was eliminated from the X16 by Corey Hollis, only following a vicious and heinous attack on Case's father at the hands of the unhinged and vile John Schuyler, which provided the distraction for Hollis to pick up a semi-final victory. We caught up with Mr. PWX Ethan Case, who had these words regarding potentially being voted into the PWX heavyweight title match on February 22nd.
Of course, John Schuyler stole my X16 moment. Stole my shot at Jason Cade. But it's no longer in Schuyler's hands. It's in your hands. You get to vote. You get to click the button. You get to pick Ethan Case. You get to pick who faces our champion. A vote for me is a vote for all of us. Cases don't quit, and I won't quit until I'm PWX champion again.
It's been quite some time since Case has had a crack at the PWX World Heavyweight title. If you feel he is deserving of the title shot, you can now cast your vote for Ethan Case. Your third and final option, former PWX World Heavyweight Champion TJ Boss. It was Boss that was stabbed in the back by Cade in December when Cade cashed in his Opportunity Knocks contract against his former friend Boss to win the PWX World Heavyweight Championship. On that night, Boss vowed to hurt Cade. Will he make good on his promise? The power again is in your hands. Let's hear from your third and final option, the big man on campus, TJ Boss, who had these words regarding what it means to him to be PWX World Heavyweight Champion.
It's simple. I want Jason Cade. I want Jason Cade. I want to end Jason Cade. For 10 plus years, I have worked my ass off to get here, to this point. And Jason Cade took that away. This is not about friendship. This is not about the syndicate. This is about TJ Boss versus Jason Cade. And if I get that opportunity, I promise I'm going to hurt him and I'm going to end him.
It has to be incredibly hard for Jason Cade to prepare for 3 different challengers. Cade did look impressive, picking up a win in 6-man tag team action in Night 2 of X16, scoring a pinfall victory over former heavyweight champion, the Man Scout Jake Manning. No matter who you choose, PWX champion Jason Cade will not have an easy night ahead of him on February 22nd. 3 potential contenders, all 3 former PWX World Heavyweight Champions, all 3 men with something to prove, looking to get back to the top of the mountain on the road to Rise of a Champion. Go to PWX Pro now and cast your vote and let your voice be heard. Now fans, no matter who you vote into the PWX World Heavyweight title match on February 22nd, the 2 individuals not voted in will join up with the near 7-foot-tall heathen Logan Creed and the 2020 X16 tournament champion Harlem Bravado to take on the quartet of X16 runner-up Corey Hollis, his insurance policy Brady Pierce, classless Mason Miles, and the Southern Savior John Schuyler in a huge all-star 8-man tag team match. This one could have big Rise of a Champion implications on the line. So, for example, if the fan vote in Ethan Case to challenge Jason Cade for the heavyweight championship, then that means TJ Boss and Slim J will join Harlem Bravado and Logan Creed on their team. The possibilities here are mind-blowing. So much bad blood not only between the 2 teams, but there could also be potential bad blood within the given teams themselves. What happens if Logan Creed has to team with TJ Boss? Given the history between Schuyler and Hollis, would they be able to coexist? Anything can happen, and the Rockingham Armory may get shaken down to its very foundation when 8 of the top stars of Premier Wrestling Experience collide all in one match at the road to Rise of a Champion. We know Bravado can trust Logan Creed. In the chaos that ensued during the finals of X16, we saw both Logan Creed along with Slim J come to the aid of Bravado against Corey Hollis and Brady Pierce. Schuyler, also no stranger to Bravado, as he was Bravado's semifinal round opponent. And Mason Miles may have the most to prove out of the announced competitors, as he was beaten by TJ Boss in the first round of X16 in an X16 record of only 59 seconds. That cannot sit too well with the delusional Miles, who did look impressive the following night against New Japan young lion Carl Fredericks. Which team of 4 will come out victorious and set the stage for the biggest show of the year at Rise of a Champion? A lot of momentum hangs in the balance in this one. It'll be a pure showcase match in Rockingham when 2 of the brightest stars from the pure roster mix it up, and you, the fans, get to vote on the special guest referee when the ruthless Josh Powers tangles with the popular and exciting TJ Moss. PWX fans should be very familiar with Powers, as he has had several impressive outings over the last year, including leading Team Pure to victory back in December in 6-man tag team action at PWX vs. Pure. TJ Moss has impressed fans and matchmakers alike over recent months, but how will his innovative and high-flying style match up against Josh Powers, a man who has had a lot of gripes with PWX management as of late? The biggest question of all is who will be the special guest referee? Well, that will be decided by you, the fans, when you have the option of voting in either the party starter Keith Mack, the ever so popular Stuart Snodgrass, or yes, even the owner of Premier Wrestling Experience himself, Brian Kanabrowski. Who will you choose to don the stripes? If I were to venture a guess, Josh Powers isn't at all happy about any of those 3 candidates. Fans, I am pleased to announce the Premier Wrestling Experience is now partnering with the Independent Wrestling TV streaming service to bring you all of your favorite Premier Wrestling Experience events. Both nights of the 2020 X16 tournament are now streaming live on independentwrestling.tv, as well as PivotShare and of course our friends at the High Spots Network. Please do yourself a favor, and no matter the streaming service, go back and rewatch and relive both nights of the 2020 X16 tournament. Relive 2 nights of energy, excitement, and an emotional roller coaster ride. Both nights of X16 were also full of surprises. we have brand new PWX Tag Team Champions as Zane Riley and Caleb Conley of the Revolt ended the 1-month title reign of the All-Stars Drew Adler and Tracer X with a shocking win on night 1. With their win, the Revolt are now 2-time PWX Tag Team Champions. One of the biggest stories coming out of the weekend was an unfortunate injury to the hip of Drew Adler, an injury that did require surgery, that surgery taking place February 6th in Georgia. Adler's road to recovery will be a long one, and he is expected to miss several months of action. From everyone here at PWX, our hearts go out to Drew Adler as we wish you a speedy recovery. This unfortunate injury can also be attributed to a vicious attack by 2 infiltrators who came through the crowd and attacked both Adler and Tracer X. My broadcast partner, The Tommy Thomas, did mention these men by name on commentary, acting out of instinct, but we at Premier Wrestling Experience do not condone the action of these 2 individuals and will not glorify them by even mentioning their name. However, it is my understanding that they have made their intentions known that they will be coming back. This is definitely unsettling to all of us here at PWX because we do not know when or where these 2 may come from. Someone else who doesn't sit well with this is Tracer X. Tracer X made his intentions known, and I was sent word just before we started rolling here in the event center that Tracer X will be in attendance on February 22nd with the intentions on greeting these individuals should they come back. Now, fans, personally to these individuals, I've been working for this company for 5 years. I haven't gone rogue on my employer like you 2 did to your former place of employment. I've been very loyal to Premier Wrestling Experience, and if you try to come in and take over our show again, trust me, this time we will be ready. More action coming your way on February 22nd. We'll see women's action as it will be the rubber match between Lindsay Snow and Savannah Evans, and you, the fans, get to vote on which weapon will be completely legal in this matchup. Will it be brass knuckles? Could it be the dangerous Singapore cane? And last but not least, could it be a leather strap? Head on over to pwxpro.com now and vote for your weapon of choice. It was back in July of last year that Lindsay Snow shocked the world by tapping out the cannibal Savannah Evans in a huge upset at Legend. Back in November in Albemarle, North Carolina, it was Savannah who evened the score and the series with a win over Lindsay Snow and viciously attacked Snow after the bell with a leather belt. The series is all tied up 1-1. This one will settle the score, and one of these vicious items will be completely legal. This one's quickly becoming more and more personal, and it may end up being more about maiming your opponent than wins and losses when it's all said and done with these 2 women. Speaking of personal rivalries, fans, we originally thought we would see the former Lethal Enforcers tag team partners finally collide at Road to Rise of a Champion. But due to an overseas scheduling conflict, among other things, matchmakers have decided to sign this match for the biggest show of the year, Rise of a Champion, on March 21st. On March 21st at Rise of a Champion, JD Drake will finally get his hands on his former tag team partner Anthony Henry, and I can now announce that that match will take place inside of a 15-foot-high steel cage. While Rise of a Champion is still several weeks away, we are on the road to the biggest show of the year. More action coming your way on February 22nd. However, we'll see 3 of the finest athletes in all of PWX colliding in a triple threat match for the Innovative Television title. ITV champion Cam Carter, represented by his agent JP Lehman, will defend his title against former Innovative Television champion Saif El Sabah and one of the fastest rising stars in PWX, Lucky Ali. These 3 men are no strangers to each other, having all crossed paths before. Cam Carter had an impressive outing against Matt Seidel on night 1 of X16, despite suffering a pinfall loss in a non-title match. Lucky Ali and Saif El Sabah would meet in the first round of X16, taking each other to a time limit draw, eliminating both men from tournament competition. Now these 3 fine athletes meet in Rockingham with the Innovative Television title on the line, and you have the power to vote on what type of triple threat match it will be. Will it be a 2-fall triple threat match, where one competitor has to score 2 decisions, whether it be pinfall or submission, to win the match? You can also choose a submission-only triple threat match, where the only way for a competitor to win is to submit one of the other 2 competitors. Your last option is a falls count anywhere match, where pinfalls and submissions count anywhere. If selected, we could see these 3 men fight all over Rockingham. The decision is up to you, the fans. How will the ITV title be defended? What type of match will it be? What will the weapon of choice be when Lindsay Snow clashes with Savannah Evans? And who will you vote in to challenge Jason Cade for the PWX World Heavyweight title? All of these decisions will be made by all of you. The power is in your hands. Voting is now open at pwxpro.com. Vote early and vote often. The Road to Rise of a Champion takes place on Saturday, February 22nd at the Rockingham National Guard Armory located at 1207 Rockingham Road in Rockingham, North Carolina. Doors for Road to Rise of a Champion open at 6 p.m. and the action gets underway at 7. Tickets for Road to Rise of a Champion start at $10 for general admission, $5 general admission for children ages 12 and under, and can be purchased in advance on our website, pwxpro.com. Now fans, these are just some of the matches you will see in Rockingham on February 22nd at the Road to Rise of a Champion. So check back to PWX social media for all the late breaking news and make your plans to be in attendance live in Rockingham, because if the last two PWX events are any indication, we are in for a wild 2020, and you just never know who may show up at a PWX event. For the Event Center, I'm Brett Wolverton.